we're back. Small account challenge. It's been a while. I apologize. You know, the biggest reason is I've been busy trying to grow the room. We just opened up our trading room for the Crush It Trade strategy. And I know there's nothing like this out there. I would go as far as to say we're in the top 1% of all strategies. Produces cash flow daily. We get about 5 to 7 setups per day. And the whole reason for this small account challenge is to show you how well the strategy works and how to take, a $300 account is what we started with and grow it into a hopefully $10,000 account in a matter of 30 to 45 days. Now, once again, I apologize. This isn't the perfect way to start a small account challenge. But like I said, I kind of had a lot of irons in the fire there, trying to get the new room up and running, which we have it up and running now. And so I do encourage you, check out the link below. Come trade with us for free for 7 days. See if you like it. I think you will, because I guarantee you haven't seen anything like this. So once again, I'm going to try to keep up on this small account. Now, the thing with the small account, remember, we're not going to make trades every single day. We'll do our best, but in order to grow an account, we have to look for A+ setups, which is an important reason for you also to be in the room. So if you want to learn how to grow that small account, I'll be there to help guide you through managing these trades, because you got to manage them in a very specific way if you want to grow it. You can't just go all in and swing home runs every single day on these accounts. So anyway, so let's just get into today real quick. I made $23 on Tesla. I can show you right here. This is my Tasty Trade account. I have it in my Roth. I'm going to be trading daily, and I might make $20, $5, $50. We'll kind of build it up slowly. So, $23 might not seem like a lot, but if you have, $300 in your account, that's a high percentage right there. So that's pretty good. All right. So the trade of the day was Tesla. As you can see at the open here on the 5, Tesla kind of made a nice steep move to the downside. We're coming into the crush it zone, and I bought calls right here. You can see I got calls to the upside, and those were 257.50s to the high side. And I got in a little bit early. I got in at the crush it zone right here. So right here on this move right here, outside the Bollinger Bands, we're outside the Bollinger Bands. I thought we had a good move to the upside. I did not stop myself out on this one here when we flushed back down to the 1.618 level here. You can see that I didn't get my target. So my target here, I got in right here, right? My target was the crush it zone right here. And my stop was right here. So I didn't stop myself out. And the reason was this. If I look at this chart very carefully on the 1 minute, what I have here is I have price right here is moving down, okay? And then if I look at my momentum oscillator, this is custom, I built this. This is moving up. We have our predictor is moving up. And then I have my modified MACD. This is a MACD that I modified, but you can see that it's trending to the upside here. So what happens if you get this formation where you have price coming down like this, and then you have your oscillators, your RSI moving up like this? So generally when you have like this wedge, right, to the right side, price wants to move up, okay? If I have a wedge that's opening like this, right, to the downside, then price wants to move down, okay? So let me just get rid of that real quick. So we had this closed wedge formation. So not only we had that, but we had like I said, the momentum oscillator was at 180, 190%. Okay, so we're deep into the buy zone. My predictor, which is telling me, hey, you know what? This is a buy signal right here. And then also the MACD crossover right here. And this lines up with that Bollinger Band for a move to the upside. I didn't have any more money really that I wanted to sink, or I could sink into this for a second contract. Otherwise, I probably would have. So we just had to leave it as is. And then I finally got out at the other side of the crush it zone. Now, let's talk about account management, right? So if you can only buy one contract, right? You see the price went higher, right? And you say, well, why didn't you just hang on to it? You had this nice impulsive move to the upside. Why did you sell the contract? Well, first of all, if you're going to be a good day trader, you have to have discipline. A good day trader always leaves money on the table. Your number your number one rule is capital preservation. And number two is this, you're not going to get the full move every single time. So you hit your target, you got to be disciplined, you got to take your profit. You only have one contract. So even if we're trading every day and we're only getting $25 or $30 or $15, that's how you're going to grow the small account. Okay. You're not going to swing for the grand slam and hang on, overexpose yourself trying to catch that extra $5 on that contract. Okay. That's just not how it works. So you have to be disciplined enough to take money at your target. Now, once the account grows enough after a couple weeks, we can start taking 2 contracts, right? So if we're taking 2 contracts now, we'll scale that first contract out here at the Crush It zone, and then we'll take the other one here at the 0.618 level. And then, if we took a third contract, we would be out. We'd stop ourselves out with the impulsive mover here down below the Crush It zone again. Now, even if this price was to move back up again, once again, you have to practice discipline. So the cool thing about starting a small account is, you have a chance to practice, the criteria, identifying it. You can practice the discipline, and you're risking a very small amount of money. Okay, you don't want to risk this getting into day trading with $25,000 in margin. You don't need margin. I don't even have margin on my account anymore. I have $850 some odd thousand in my account. I do not trade margin. Now, I don't care if people think it's crazy or not. The thing I like about not trading margin is, at this point, it doesn't matter. I can probably take as many trades as I want. But, if you're not trading margin, you're trading cash only, it limits you to over trading. You can only take one good A+ setup, and that's it. You can't take a second and a third, because I'll tell you, in the past, I have lost more money on trade 2 and 3, right, than I ever have on trade 1. So the first trade is always the best trade, normally. Okay. Now, once you start building your account up, you can get a little bit more riskier, right? Because if you lose that, then you can always get back in on another setup later on. But with the small account, you have to be very picky about what you're taking, and you have to be very disciplined about your targets, right? Because if this decided to flush down to the downside, you're negative, you were positive, right? That would not be a good thing. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's the small account. And I encourage you to see the link below and come trade with us in the trading room right now. It's free for 7 days. And like I said, I promise you, you're going to like this strategy. It sets up every single day. I do the recap videos on it. I don't think there's anything out there like this. And I'm going to go as far as say it's probably in the top 1% strategies. You don't need to read the news. You don't need to look at catalysts. I don't care who's got earnings. I will prove to you that the only thing you need to do is look at the charts only and nothing else. All right. Thanks for listening. That's the small account challenge. I think we're in day 7, $23. Tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30. Crush It Trading. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.